one with the password.
Lovely, thank you.
But
Right, so
more to follow on that.
it's 2 o'clock on a virtual Chiltinas Sunday. The weather outside is nowhere near as nice as the blue sky behind me, but that was weeks ago. So we have a programme from courtesy of John, thank you for his organisation, where we're using the as a warm-up set, the Amazing Grace set. As I said last time, I'm not sure it's a perfect warm-up set because it's a bit slow and has one at the end that's in a different time signature, but we'll do what we do. And then we've got Nancy Clough, which is definitely moving fingers relatively fast. Wallace and Gromit again. Hopefully you've all been practicing the middle two sections, so we can do that quickly. Around the room, you start thinking now, if you haven't done before, what you've been doing over the last month and that you could play to us. George Tremaine's Quick Step, which you want to do on the 6th. We've done it before in the past with Chiltinas, but there are quite a few people here who weren't there at the time, so that will be almost a start from scratch. And we thought we'd have another go at one time in my youth, the 5-2 tune from last time. And then we've got some reserves to go on to of Flowers of Ashgill and things if time allows. So I propose that we're just running 2 till 4. So we'll see what we get through. Anybody want to say anything dramatic before we go into the Amazing Grace set? No. Right. So. What is that? It's another screen sharing. So Zoom has carefully put it. You are screen sharing over the top of. Is that any better? No, it's worse. That's well, I can at least move it over the top of some of my controls that I was trying to get to. Right, so let's just try. Oops, click on that. So I'm just. It'll take me a moment while I just get myself sorted. Right, so hopefully on the scene you can see the first 3 tunes, which are all in 3/4. We'll have a go at those, and then we might try the transition from Green Sleeves into Wild Mountain Time just for a bit of variety. So most people I think were here when we did these last time, so we don't need to start very slowly, and they're relatively slow tunes anyway. So we'll in the best traditions we'll play each tune twice before going on to the next one. Here is a last 1, 2, 3, 4. A last 4 bars of the first one, and then in from the beginning. Hello. What?
Could you calm down a moment?
I haven't muted everybody. Hang on, that was a good call. You'd think after the number of times I've done this I would get it right. Mute all. Yes, right. You are all muted. Try that again. Again. repeat. Change. Do it again. Should we repeat that? Well, as you can see, that wasn't perfect. Greensleeves is damned hard, really. So I think now we ought to do them a bit faster and see what happens. How fast can we sensibly do them? I don't know. Can we do that? All right. Okay, so this is going to be at a faster speed, last 4 bars of the first one, and this time we'll only play them once. We won't repeat the tunes. We'll just play the page as written. stop sharing and unmute everybody. So that now we can get some feedback as to how well that was going or otherwise. So, how did it work?
Yeah, okay.
I'm wondering if the Amazing Grace is so short, whether that should have a repeat song.
I think in terms of length that should have a repeat. Yes, I very nearly yelled, "Ignore what I said. Let's do it twice," but I thought it would take too long. So if we do it again, we might well just do two Amazing Graces. Actually, graces always come in threes, don't they? Really. But no, we'll just have two of them. So let's just have a look at the last one and whether the transition is at all sensible. So I'm going to mute everybody again. You can, of course, unmute yourself, particularly if I say do something daft. In a minute I'll try and put the whole thing on the screen, but for the moment let's just see what we've got here. Yes, I'm not sure. It's not an easy transition from 3/4 into 4/4 on that one. Anyway, shall we give it a try? Well, let's just play While Mountain Time first. So here's the last two bars of While Mountain Time, and let's just play just that bit. We might do it twice. We'll see. And again. Lots of nice rhythm changes there. I did one bit wrong, but you'll spot it in the middle of the second line. So then, let's I think given the difficulties of greens, let's do a whole green sleeves and into While Mountain Time and see how well we can do it. You're going to get the last four bars of green sleeves. No, hang on. No, that's very good. Rewind brain. We're meant to be playing a green sleeves first, aren't we? So here's the last four bars of green sleeves and then a green sleeves. Sorry, I've lost it. I'm going to do wall mounted tam again. Let me unmute people because I need to discuss this later. I'm messing up the middle of the middle line of while mounted time, and partially because I'm mentally singing along with it, and you need a pause to breathe in the middle there. But,
Oh, that's good
Yeah.
practice.
The rhythm for singing is slightly different from the notation.
it is that's what was throwing me. You can't
Yeah.
help but sort of mentally be singing along.
You perhaps be better off playing Braze to a Bracca instead.
Indeed, which we can't pronounce. Yes, yes. I mean, it wasn't far off, but it was just a bit wrong and through that middle line. Best. Yes, it's a matter of giving the right length to those two minims in the middle of the second line. Right, so let's just try. I'm just going to mute everybody again. We don't spend forever on this one, but if I can find my, where's it gone? Oh, I suppose if I did that, no, I still haven't got anything. Damn it. I'm trying to get rid of some of my controls to give more space for the screen, but then of course I haven't got the things to actually get stuff the right size, which is what I want. I suspect I'm not going to do any better than that, I think. So.
Hello, pussycat. I'm glad you're there.
Right. Can I make this any bigger or not? He says. Not obviously. Go one bigger. Can I then get? Oh, might just. No, I probably can't. Oh, well. Let's yes. So that on. I've got the whole lot on my screen. I hope that you have there. So plan A for this one then is we're going to do the first one twice, and then the rest of the page as written, so playing the Ash Grove, Green Sleeves and While Mounting Time once. Right, so here's the last 4 bars of a whatever it's called. I always forget what the last one's called, New Britain. Right, last 4 bars coming up, and we're going to do this twice and then all the rest once. change. Yeah. So let me unmute people. Unmute everybody. Let's see who we've got. Anybody who's arrived in the meantime. So was that well, your fingers worked up? Those are tunes you all know, so you shouldn't have had to do too much mental effort in reading the music. No? I don't know. Alex, may are those tunes that are known in your part of the world? Well, muted. So the next thing on the list is Nancy Clough, which is even more of a finger warmer. So so let me put that up. Part one in that one. Nancy Clough, that one. Right, so I'll mute everybody. Move my participants thing around. I can't now remember whether we had we've got some recordings of some of the generated things, haven't we? But yes, we have Nancy Clough at 120, and we have just the B part, which could be of interest. But we'll see. Right, so I'll come back to those in a minute. But for the moment, let's just play the black notes. That's the tune. I don't want to go too fast because the B part, I could make that a little bit bigger actually, just to get the things a bit further apart. Yes, the second half with this one, as we've said before, if the second two systems are too hard for you, then just play the first two lines over and over again. The last two are just variations really on the first two and work all right against them. But the is what we want to get to on that one, but not necessarily start that fast. So no faster than that, and possibly slightly slower for a first time through. Everything repeats. So our last 4 bars of a top line, and then we'll play the whole thing through. Second half. Right. Did everybody manage all those notes? Yes, fairly well, yes. So. So let's just all play through the red notes just by themselves first, perhaps fractionally slower than we were doing there, or maybe not. Yes. Well. Right, so a last 4 bars of red notes, and then in from the beginning. Do that again. What am I doing? Right, try it again. Staccato. Sorry. Right. So hopefully you've now got both halves in your head. Let's find the I need to sort a few things out here. That was George Tremaine. Don't want. Nancy Clough 120. Right, okay, so let's move that out the way. I need to stop sharing. I need to reshare both. So I want to share the groove music and the score. So you'll get, there's a 4-bar intro, and then you should hear both halves being played. So I suggest, we can't hear what you're playing, so you can choose, but perhaps the first time through play the top line, and the second time through play the red notes. I don't know whether this is a once through recording or a twice. If it's only a once through, I'll play it again immediately afterwards. And once more, this time I might play along. I've no idea what happens if I do. We'll see. This is the intro. sharing. So let me just unmute everybody. So out of interest, when I started playing along with the track, did you hear both the track and me, or when I started playing the track cut out?
Just the track kept going.
Just the track get so you didn't hear me
Yeah,
at all?
I'm not sure whether I heard. I couldn't tell. I
No.
couldn't tell whether I was hearing you because I was playing as well.
Yeah, indeed, yes.
So I wasn't sure whether you could hear you or not. But I found on the middle line, on the third line, I always ended up about a beat ahead.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I wasn't playing. I was playing quietly, but I'm not sure whether how well Zoom handles having both the sound from the computer and the sound from the microphone. But, anyway, I'll have to do some other experiments sometime. Right. Well, I think that's enough Nancy Cloughing. Yes. So Wallace and Gromit. Cheese Gromit. Wallace and Gromit. So the thing we were working on was a Wallace and Gromit 2-part, wasn't it? We do have a we have a 3-part version, I think, as well. But anyway, this will do for the moment. So let's do the same sort of thing as we did on the last one. Though, I mean, I'm sort of running this in a way that I think sort of works, but clearly I don't know how you hear it. So if anybody has any better ideas of how to rehearse some of these, then please do say. Right. Okay. So. And this again we've done a couple of times in the past, so we shouldn't have to start too slowly, though the interesting bit is that's the difficult bit, but it is doable. I couldn't do it for quite a while, but I've got there in the end. Anyway, rather slower, me playing the top line. Last 4 bars. And clearly you can either play the black notes along with me, or you could play the red ones against if you want. And again. So I'm just going. So we could. What should we do? Let me just unmute people a minute and just. Could most people keep up at that speed, or do we need to do the middle bit a bit slower?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Lower, please.
Middle bit a bit slower. There was some
Yes, please.
signals fuller, I think, there. Right. Okay. So I think the top and the bottom, which are very similar, are fairly straightforward. People can do that. So let's take this. Right. So I'm slowing it down quite a lot. So here's the last bar of the second line, and then into the first of the two difficult lines. Let's do that same thing again. And again. One more. Etc. So hopefully that's got it into people's brains there, those middle bits. Let's just play once through the red notes, and then we'll put the two together and have a go against the combined thing.
Does anyone else find the stretch from C sharp to E a bit awkward?
Let me just stop sharing so we can see. So oops, I'm disappearing on the.
Sorry, letting the cat in.
So you're playing in English?
Yeah, it's just I don't always get that stretch.
Yeah.
The only bit that's awkward.
I'm playing them with the usual fingers, really. I'm putting first finger on the C sharp and second finger on the E. Certainly. It's quite nice the things where it suddenly dips down by a semitone. I'm not moving a finger across. I'm using an adjacent finger on the flat. I can't now remember which they were. Let me just put the music back. Yeah. So. Yeah. So. Yes, I'm just analysing what I do without thinking about it. So I am cross-fingering a bit on that. So if you just look at the beginning of that line, the second of the difficult lines. So we're going from an F sharp. What am I doing? No, no. Once I've taken my fingers off. So I'm playing the ordinary F sharp, ordinary finger for the E, ordinary first finger for the C sharp, but I'm using my second finger for the C natural next to the C sharp, so I can just oscillate between those without having to move a finger.
No, that isn't the problem. It's the E. It's that finger that doesn't
right,
work.
So I've just used that second finger for the C nat. For the C natural, I've gone back to the C sharp on the first finger. So it's just, for me, it's just a matter of stretch that second finger, literally just sort of one note left and up. So it's
I'm saying is I find that stretch difficult.
Yes, well, that's what practice is for.
I'm wondering if anybody else had the same problem.
Well, I found that whole bit very difficult when I first came to it.
Paul, when I'm doing that, the C sharp is played with the first finger all the time, right from the beginning of the line.
Yes.
And then the E is played with the third finger.
Right. Well,
so I don't have to stretch then.
Yeah.
It took a while to get used to it, but it makes it so easy.
Yeah, that's quite a sensible thing. I have quite big fingers, so it's my the reach across to. And the other thing is that if I hold it here, I can do the Star Trek Vulcan salute or whatever.
So can I, but when my fingers are bent, they won't.
I was a cello player as a child, so I can separate my my fingers like that on my left hand, but I can't on this hand. I can't control them independently. So the reaching across with the fingers is yes.
I'm a violin viola and I had exactly the same problem.
The two-fingered Vulcan salute is quite a good thing to practice. Yeah, and people's fingers are different. So what Ross suggests is quite sensible there. I think you're going to keep the first finger on the C sharp because you're going to keep reappearing, using the second finger on the C natural, and use the third finger on the E. I didn't. I moved my second finger across, but that's quite a sensible thing to cross finger and use the third finger on that E. It's a matter of what works for you. We just try different ones. And,
I play the same as you on the C's and C sharps, but I play the same as Ross on the B's and B flats. But that's I've got a lazy third finger on my left hand, so that's probably the reason.
Yeah. No, that's I don't know.
I think the aim is to avoid jumping notes because you end up with unfinished notes as you jump between the one and the next. And using that E, you don't have to jump at all. Using the third finger for the E, you don't have to jump.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you don't end up with a little gap.
Yeah.
In the playing, that's all.
Yeah.
Anyway.
No, it is, and thank you, Ross. I mean, that's what it would be a lot easier doing this if we were all sat round and could look at one another's instruments better. But
yeah.
Anyway, that's and that you really do have to try through the different possibilities, and certainly for things like not so much on this one, but on an English which has got the enharmonic pairs, it doesn't really help you on that because. Although we've got a C sharp, we haven't got a D flat on the other side. But quite often we have, we have both E flat and D sharp, and you can, if fingering's awkward using one of them, then these days it's quite sensible to use the other. They will be tuned identically, rather than what they would have been when the concertina was invented. Right, okay, I'm going to mute people again.
Paul, is it possible to make the music a bit bigger? Because I've got a big white gap at the bottom and I can't see it very well.
Yes.
Some of us print ours out, Liz.
How about
That's
that?
much better, thank you.
Right, okay, mute all. So let's just try the red notes if we can, just by themselves, and see how well it works. Be quite interesting because I don't know that I've ever just played just the red note, so we'll see. So I'm just going to count to 4 and then come in. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, I'm not camber. So I'll count 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4 and come in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4. And again. Ah, rubbish. Let me do it from that long note again. I've lost my timing now. Let me go back a bit. Back to the beginning of that line. I've got the top line. I got astray while thinking about what to do next. So it's similar to the other one in that the only problematic part really is in the middle 2 lines, and of that it's if I do, I'll just play those a bit more slowly. The red notes for the middle 2 sections. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Etc. Right, we've got this at various speeds. Let me just find what we have got. Oh, in fact, I've only got it to the 100 here, so we'll see what that goes. I need to stop sharing. So that's the speed. Okay, so share screen, share that and that. Get rid of those. I know about that. I've lost it. There it is. Right. So there's an intro, and you can play whichever part you want. No, not like that. You can't. Right, sharing, unmute everybody. So how about on that piece, were there any particular ones that were particularly problematic, or
just the middle line still, the third line still struggle with it.
It's just the timing, and it is just a matter, and having that pre-recorded thing, which is very precise timing, you know, if you're just playing along with that and listening, after a while you get it right. And those MP3 files are on the website if you want to practice in your own time. With headphones on, works quite well, I find. Right, so we've had an hour. I'm going to get up and stretch my legs briefly. And then it's time for around the room. So who's going to volunteer? Have a think. When I come back, I want to volunteer for somebody to play as something. It doesn't have to be perfect. I'll be back in a minute.
Maybe we
John?
should draw straws.
John?
Yes, I've got children, grandchildren who've drawn concertinas. Then you can bring those along to compare notes.
The other thing I've got a CD of Chiltinas tunes that we did a while back, so I can make a few copies of those. I had to listen to it, and it wasn't perfect, but it didn't sound too bad.
Yeah, we should be playing along to a few of the tracks on that.
Yeah. Yeah.
At the Malden session. Well,
Yeah.
hopefully people will be able to hear it over Zoom as well. So
Yeah.
it really
I
will
will.
be the massed ranks of Chiltinas then. With
I was having a look at some of the group photographs that I'd taken earlier, and I was really quite shocked to find how many people were no longer with us. I think I found about 5 or 6 people that since the start of the Chiltinas that are playing with the celestial Chiltinas.
Angels with concertinas rather than harps.
Yes.
Yes. Right. So round the room, who's got something to offer? Who's been playing something would like to show us?
Oh, I saw a hand there. This hand shot up
Yeah,
very
I'll play
quickly.
something. If no one else wants to, I don't mind.
All right. You give us yours, Liz. We're allowed to have more than one. What have you got for us? Let me mute everybody first. Hang on a minute. Hang on. I need to unmute Liz, or Liz needs to unmute herself. Yeah. Right.
I was just going to play Mona's Delight.
Oh.
So I don't know whether I'm going to play the version in your book. So I didn't know whether you wanted to get the music up. People to play along to.
I could if we want session. I've got it here somewhere. Wait a minute. We wouldn't be able to see you playing then. But oh, that's the wrong thing. I've just clicked on. Oh, go away.
Well, you can listen if you prefer.
Yeah, let's just listen. Yes, let's just listen indeed. Very nice. Thank you very much. I did actually put it up on the screen about halfway through. I tell you what, do you want to play just once through again, and then people can play along with it if they want, now they've heard it a few times?
Okay. I'll play the last 2 bars then.
Thank you very much. I'll just unmute everybody and then they can applaud you things there. Stop sharing it. So I was just looking in the chat and there was something from Kate to everybody and from Wendy to everybody. So with Kate, were you offering to play
Lord Inchiquin, yes.
Lord Inchiquin, and Wendy was offering to play Ye Banks and Braes?
Yeah.
Well, let's do one of them now. We might do another one later. So Kate came in first. So do you want to play as Lord Inchiquin?
Yeah, it might be a wee bit rusty, but what's the worst that can happen?
Right, hold on a minute while I mute everybody.
Did you want to put the music, because it's gone off as well?
I could put the music up. Yes, I could. Hold on 1 minute while I find it. Session tune. LM Lord. It's like pause while I work my way through all the L's. Right, Lord Inchiquin, Planks Inchiquin. Right, so if I now mute everybody, then Kate, can you unmute yourself? Yeah, that's right. And then I need to share screen and put up that. Then Kate, you have control.
Okay, thank you.
Hang on, you're muted, Kate. I don't know quite how that happened.
Neither do I, because maybe we posted it at the same time.
Oh, yes, I went to mute myself and muted you by mistake. So that was...
Okay. Last 4 bars then.
Yes, very nice. A couple of constructive comments, if I can. You made a couple of errors and picked up them very nicely, but you were consistently playing a bit wrong and therefore falling over a couple of places.
Yeah.
The first one is the last bar on the first line, where there's a minim, a two note thing
I
there.
twigged it too late.
Yeah, each time through. 1, 2.
Yeah.
You were rushing that note with the A chord over the top, and that then threw you into the next bit.
Mm.
And a similar thing is towards the end, sort of the third bar from the end has a Scottish snap in it.
Yeah.
So you've gone. And you were doing. You were holding that for a crotchet. So.
Bit crotchets, I think.
But yes, nice. Thank you, and thank you for volunteering.
Thank you. I do know it slightly differently, and I should have been reading the music more.
Well, that I wondered whether that was the case. And the other thing, which I wasn't going to point out, is that you repeated the B part.
I couldn't remember.
On this version doesn't. The A part repeats, and the B part, which is longer, doesn't.
That I didn't notice.
But you know, in sessions, one has to be prepared for people repeating things or not, different conventions in different parts of the country. So yes, good, excellent, thank you. Right, so let's move on. We might have another round the room later. So let me just. So the next thing on the list is George Tremaine's Quick Step. Now, where are we? If I keep this thing here a minute. John sent out versions there, but I've taken my usual thing of must be there now. Right, George Tremaine's Quick Step. So I've just to fit it on the screen, I've got some different things. So the full thing is 4-part, and we can put that whole thing on the screen. But if we do, then admit page display, 2-page view. It's a bit small to see. So for the moment, let's go back to single page. I've got too far. Right, that's better. Right, so if I put that one up the top there. So this is the first 2 lines out of George Tremaine's Quick Step, which John also sent out a version like that, but he's filled a whole page, and I've squidged it a bit tighter together to fit. And I think the having the multicolour sort of helps with keeping the line if you're reading from the screen. We haven't done this for quite a little while. Various people have been with Chiltinas for a while will remember it, but is the top line, and the bottom line is going etc. Personally, I find on this one, the second line, the red notes are harder than the black notes. So let's all, first of all, play through the top line. There are no repeats. I mean, it's written out really, but let's. Alright, so what do I want? 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, okay, you're going to get the last 4 bars at a slightly slower pace, and then in from the beginning with me playing the black notes. I'm too fast, I think, for a first time through. Let's slow it down a bit and give it a better go. Again. It's a nice tune. I like just the first line, and it's certainly on English. It's good. There's plenty of possibilities for cross fingering and playing different fingers on the same note. And I don't know. I'm being consistent, but I'm certainly sometimes alternating fingers on repeated notes. Sometimes where I want to stress the gap, use the same finger, and occasionally using a bellows reversal as well. Yes, I don't know what I did there. That was all alternating fingers except the very last two where I reversed bellows direction in order to get a nice pull on the starting note of the next bar, I think, without thinking about it.
A what, Paul?
Sorry?
A balance what?
A bellows reversal.
Sorry, yeah. I've got my new hearing aids in with you.
All right. Yeah, so
You need to get them changed, Cross.
Yeah, so on the second system, that long row of A's, the very last one, I don't take my finger off. I just reverse bellows direction, which gives a bit of stress to the first note of the bar anyway. But there's plenty of other places where this could be done in different ways. So I will attempt to play the red notes. It could be interesting. So we'll see what happens, and then if it doesn't work, I'll stop and I'll get the machine to play it. But it's fundamentally it's going to be going. Yes, that was wrong, wasn't it? It's the rests in the red bit that get interesting, particularly when you get onto the further down the page. Anyway, we'll give it a try. So here's just the last two bars. Two. Sorry. I'll just start that again. For some reason C sharp suddenly crept in. I was so worried about the rests I'd forgot about what key we were in. Right, last two bars of the previous line. 1, 2. Yes, that was not perfect. It could certainly do with some practice. In fact, I did set, when I think about it, just to make it even easier to read, that is just the second line. So let's just do it once more, going through there and see if we can. Though I don't know whether that makes it easier or harder, because you're not having to skim the other part, on the other hand you can't see what's happening. So it's a good counting exercise, really. And remember, 6/8 is 2 triplets in the bar, so it's a 1 2 3 2 2 3. So I'm just counting it as 1 2 in this sense. So I'm just going to count 1 2 2 2 and come in. A 1 2 2 2. 1 2. clearly I need to do some practice on some of that section. I think it's playing things in D recently. The C sharp seemed to want to come back in again. Right, so let's go back to the 2-part thing, and I think the thing to do now would be to get the computer to play both parts. So let's get rid of whatever that is. Wallace and Gromit, I don't think they would go together very well. Stop sharing. I can see you. And then I want to find George Tremaine's. So we've got it at 60 and at 80. 60 is a little bit ponderous. Shall we try it at 60 first? I think we should quite rapidly get to 80. So I'm going to well, let's just listen to the 60 and see if it's too. No, it's too slow, I think, that. Too slow. Too slow, is it? Right, let's try 80. Maybe want 70. Okay, let's try the 80, and we'll if it's too fast, we'll stop it and go for the slower one. Hold on a minute. Right, so I need to share screen. I need to share the music and the sound. Right, and then find that one. So give it a go and play either the black or the red, or if you're really clever, both.
I think it could be.
So was that too fast?
Yes.
Well, I do have one at 70, but if I share, you won't be able to get the music up, will it, Julia?
No.
Oh, I could just play it, and you get it via the normal channel instead of the sharing.
Indeed, you could. What, play all four parts?
I think it's got all 4 parts. Yes, sorry.
Should we just? I'll play through the 60. I think people will give a.
Yeah.
Now that you've had a go at the faster, you can now. Your fingers should be able to do perfectly at the next one. So let's try this. You could, in the interim, you could email me the 70 if you wanted, and we could. We could anyway. Let's for the moment mute everybody. What do I want? I need. I've got to get rid of that. I've got to find this one again and get the 60. And stop it quickly. Right, abandon that one. Right, everybody is muted. I think. Let me just check. Right, everybody is muted. So I need to share both that and that, and give it a go. I may just do it once. We'll stop that one there. Right, let me just stop sharing in general. So let me unmute people for a moment.
I like the music when playing along.
Yeah. Right, so John, have you sent me a 70?
I sent it to you, yes, at the beginning of the tune. It should be there. It just marked 70.
Right, okay. If people would like to do it once more at an intermediate speed, I'll be with you shortly. Just talk quietly amongst yourself in the meantime. Yes, 70 it's called.
Yeah, I'm hoping we'll get some volunteers to play the lower parts, the third and fourth parts at the at Malden. But I'll do some arm twisting with my email.
Yes, do indeed. Right, so I have a 70s version. Get rid of that. I need a new one of these. Desktop. We've got rid of that one, haven't we? Yes, we have. George Tremaine 70. Right. Okay. I mean, I think for dancing purpose, the quick step should probably be at least 100, if not 120, probably. But Anyway, we'll see how it goes at this speed. Right. So last time through for this lot, I think. So you may get it twice, however, at this speed. Right, mute everybody. Share those. Find the thing back and go. Yes, right, well, let me unmute and stop sharing. So is that a better speed?
Yeah, much better.
Yeah, certainly doable.
I think we need to play George Tremaine's Slow Step, or yes, it's a nice tune. The if I just put that back up brief there for a minute, if we go, I'm just going up to that. Come back. All is forgiven. Play 2-page view. John was saying about the third and fourth parts. The third part leaps about a bit, but they're both easier than the fourth part. Is definitely intended to be played on a cello or a bass concertina or similar. It's less notes and low ones. The third part is definitely a baritone, but with rather more tune in it. But they're both easier than the first two parts, which is why I've been concentrating on the first two. And also all four, it's rather hard to read. Right, so Time in my youth. We're getting short of time, but let's do One Time in My Youth, and then we could finish off with Ye Banks and Braes for Burns Night, or Old Lang Syne, or whatever. Right. So, if people are happy for the moment with George Tremaine, so John, that should have given people a bit of a start on playing it on the 6th, shouldn't it?
Yes, it was obviously not one to spring fresh on.
No, yeah.
On people on the day, I think.
But it's a nice tune, and once you've got your head round it, it works quite well, I think. Right, so we had One Time, a 3-part setting for. That's an interesting point. Did we ever have a sound file for the 3-part setting, or? Oh. I don't know whether we did. Well, not very obviously. Or we could have. Anyway, for the moment, let's. So let me mute people. So you're muted. So I'm just going to probably. So having been from D to G, we're in C now. So you've not only not got to play your C sharps, you've not got to play your F sharps either. And this is 5 beats in the bar. So we did it before, and I think we'll come back to it. So I'm going to play through, and first time through I'll play the black notes. Second time through I'll play the red notes. And possibly a third time through I'll play the green notes. We'll see what happens. Right, so anyway, certainly black then red. Just last bar. Try the green. I'll try the green notes again, bottom ones again. a moment, stop sharing and go back to unmuting. So it's a little bit slow, I think, even though it's a sort of walking tune. So we could do it a bit faster. Were people on the whole playing the same as me or playing against me, so to speak?
Against you.
Against you.
Which is probably the right
Yeah,
way.
against you. Yeah. Against you, but definitely not winning.
I could get the computer to play all the parts if we want to. So let's for the moment we'll just speed it up, and I'll just play the top line, speed it up a bit, just so that you can try it a bit faster. So same thing. Again. Right. So so. So no faster than that, possibly slightly slower down. Right, so last bar. All three at that. I think my fingers are getting tired. Where are we? What are we up to? Time has got on, hasn't it? It's 2 o'clock. We want to be finishing soon. So I think we'll stop with that there. Let me unmute things. Stop sharing.
We're just about to finish.
So Wendy suggested Ye Banks and Braes for Burns Night with mistakes. We all have mistakes. So Wendy, would you like to play as Ye Banks and Braes?
Yes, I don't normally play it with music. I usually just play it the way I sing it.
Well, that's all right.
Yeah.
So let's leave music out of it, and this is just you playing then, which is fine. So let me mute everybody. Hold on a minute. Muted everybody, and then either Wendy needs to unmute herself or I need to find her.
I've unmuted.
Right, okay, thank you. So Wendy, you have control.
Okay, I'm very nervous, so I'm probably get it all wrong, but here we go.
That's why it's good practice. We're a non-hostile environment here.
Yes. Okay. Oh.
Thank you very much. Very nice. Yes. Let me unmute people, and then people can applaud better. Yeah. Yes. I think that was pretty close to what's in the book with the lengthened notes for breathing purposes. But yes, that's very nice. So you needn't be ashamed of that. There weren't very many mistakes at all. Right.
Fewer than I know.
So it's gone 4 o'clock. We've had 2 hours. I think that's probably enough for a Zoom session. So all being well, I'm steering off to Spain on Thursday. So I won't be around to organise, and I don't think I'm likely to be in a position to run Zooms from Spain. Well, I mean, the internet is the internet. I mean, there's perfectly good things there, but it's where it is. It's a bit... Anyway. So I will hand you over to the rest of the Chiltinas team for the time I'm away. I may drop in, but I don't want to be organising. So
how long are you away for, Paul?
Well, the apartment's booked for the whole of the month of February, and it takes 4 days to get there and 3 days to get back, sort of thing. So yeah, I'm basically away 5 weeks.
Okay,
assuming that Spain lets us in, there's a COVID form you have to fill out, and you can't do it till 48 hours until you land in Spain. And our boat takes 36 hours to get there and things, so it's all a bit...
Well, good luck with the trip, and have a great holiday.
Yeah.
And can I just very quickly say what's happening in your absence?
Do.
The next Zoom session, which will be on February the 20th, the West Country players have kindly invited us to share their session. It's a big relief for me and anybody else who had to put up with me running a Zoom session. Anyway, more details of that, but it will be on the 20th. The next Zoom session will be joint with the West Country players. And of course, we got our anniversary and World Concertina Day session on February the 6th. Likewise, I said earlier, the details are on the website, but I'll be sending out emails both to the sort of Zoom participants and the people who are turning up in the week. So watch this space on that. So any questions that people have got about those then?
I know it's boring, but do we bring our own food and our own drinks?
No, there will be a special concertina shaped cake available.
Oh.
So, but yeah, our own drinks, yes.
I hope it's an Aola.
John, there's nothing on Sunday the 13th, is there? Because I've got something in my diary. I must have put it in wrong, I think.
No. Originally we were intending to hold our anniversary session then.
Ah, right. Okay.
But it's now most definitely on the 6th. Are you able to make that, Tim? You're one of the people who's...
Yeah, I hope so, yes.
Oh, good. Anyway, as I say, I'll put the full gory details round in the week.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. Goodbye, everybody.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Bye. Zoom. Bye-bye.
Weather's kind to you.
Bye.